Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to my No Man's Sky video. This is Shallon Magi, and I put out an update yesterday about my Fresh Start series. Unfortunately, I wound up deleting that save from the game, and uh, the time I had been playing the Fresh Start series, I was not a PlayStation Plus member. I'm back on PlayStation Plus at the moment, but I went through several different um, corridors and avenues, and I couldn't retrieve the save of that game. It's a little bit heartbreaking, but at the same time, I feel really fortunate that I still got my main character. And really, at the end of the day, on that character, probably 3 to 4 episodes before this happened, I had already completed pretty much all the main storylines, right? And I was kind of at this point where it's like, find a wonder to show the Atlas, new beginnings, basically just explore until your heart's content, and the space anomaly, visit old friends. I was pretty much at that spot on this guy or on that guy. However, I was way, way less further ahead as far as like milestones and gear and stuff like that. And I had mentioned in one of those fresh start videos near the end that it was going to get to a point where I probably was just going to wind up doing, I don't know, normal, just random playthrough type things. So I think what I'm going to do, because I was really having fun, um, just making videos every day, and the whole being new to the whole making videos and editing, I'm having a good time with it, and I want to keep doing it. So I'm just going to continue over with this guy. I guess maybe I'll just call it like day in the life of or something, and just have certain things I want to do on this character. um, I already know what I kind of want to do on this character today for this episode. Pretty much going to do the standard thing I always did on my other character. I'm going to go ahead and send my frigates out on some missions, right? Then I'll probably check on my settlements, but I don't think there's much I can do at my settlements. I think there may be one upgrade I could do on one of the markets, but I do not believe I have enough teleport coordinates. But I'm going to check anyway, check and see. And then I want to go solar ship hunting. And I've kind of started that process already. I've got all the technology that I will be wanting to implement now. I'm definitely not going to be able to fit all this in a brand new ship that I build, but I'll definitely purchase some spots, and I think I do believe I have some storage augmentations. I can check real quick. Yes, I've got like 11 augmentations. I'm not going to use them all, of course, but I can implement a few of these and kind of get what I'm looking for. So I already have 2 solar ships. I'm going to send these guys out on a bunch of missions here. So let me start with industrial. Those are probably my favorite ones. And okay, so I'll send my lowest combat raider. I'll send a low support, and pretty much the rest will be all my industrial guys. And I don't have nothing for... Okay, so that's cool. Get those guys sent out, and then do trade. Again, I'm going to send my low combat or raider out, support, And then I think three trade guys, yeah. And I have a mind control device, so I'll implement that for the +10 to trading. All right, let's go with Voyage of Discovery. Okay, exploration. So I could use another exploration frigate. What was that? Was that support? Yeah, that was support, so I just need a combat. Oops. Damn it. All right. And so we just had 2 balanced expeditions. Combat, industrial, trade, support. Send 2 supports out. And 1 more of these. And send another industrial guy out. And that should be good. All right, everyone. So I am going to hit my settlement. I don't think there's much I can do there, like I said, so I'll meet you there. All right, everyone. I'm at my Corvex settlement. And let's see. So these guys make me quantum processors, which is really, really great, right? Because really good for making stasis devices. And let's guide the settlement here. Settlement achieved 87% of its maintenance targets in this cycle thanks to the shared buildings. However, repairs are urgently needed after spillage in the control center. Oh, so I'm just... I'm going to go with expedite. All right. Oh, and it looks like we're getting attacked out here, so let me, there we go. And I don't want the cloaking device. I want the paralysis mortar. Okay, so what's going on? He's being all sneaky and hiding from me. Oh, here we go. I must have had the trade coordinates and, right, let's unveil this building. Cool. All right, putting out some nice production. Okay, everyone. So I'm at my autophage settlement. And at this settlement, they make me heat capacitors, 2 each. Well, 4 total. And again, they are an important component of the stasis device. So I'm just going to see. And this place is a little behind. I acquired this settlement later, so this may actually need some love. See what's going on here. Settlement professional cartographer has volunteered for additional duties. They submit themselves to whatever overseer feels best. Improve citizen contentment. Search for cost savings. Well, let me look and see what the status is. I don't think I need to worry too much about cost savings, so I'm just going to make my citizens a little happier, I guess. Okay. And let's see what we got going on here. But it does look like a production sort of facility, so hydroponic bay. 64 dirt. Hang tight, I'll be right back. I'm going to summon in my Corvette. I do have dirt right in here. Do I have? Yeah, I do have 64. So 60 and 4. So yeah, that's right here. Cool. So got another S-Class. All right, so yeah, like I said, I want to do a solar ship hunting. I have a couple solar ships and different combinations. Now, I already kind of started the process. I got these wings. I have 2 sets of favorite solar ship wings and 2 sets of favorite solar ship cockpits. And so these wings are a little interesting. They're kind of octagonal, right? But they have these really nasty sharp points that come out on the sides. And when you look at it from the top down, it looks like a sinister version of a bat symbol when you hook the ship up to it. So I'm going to be looking for the long pointy nose cockpit type solar cockpit. So I'm going to go ahead and go up into the galaxy map and get to a pirate system, and I'll meet you there. And from my experience, if you're looking for a solar ship, now of course you can find any kind of ship anywhere eventually, pretty much. But if you're looking for a solar ship, like pirate systems, you're going to see a lot of solar ships. They're very common at pirated systems, and that's why I'm coming to this one. So I'm probably going to be hanging out here for a while because the cockpit that I'm looking for and these, well, the sails, there's only 3 types of those, so eventually I'll get one, but I am looking for that very long, pointy cockpit solar type ship, so I may be here a while. Oh, it looked like a solar ship was coming in, but oh, yeah, we have one here. All right. So I don't like this cockpit. The big fat stumpy bull nose on it. Do not like that. I'm not sure what sails these are. Yeah, I'm not interested in these sails. I mean, they're not too bad looking, but, and the wings aren't bad. They're pretty generic. And like I said, I do not care for the cockpit. Looks pretty good when the wings are opened up. Well, when it's pretty much sitting down and everything, yeah, it just not my jam. Okay, what do we got? Now here's another type. I do not like these cockpits, sort of the fat pointy ones. But I want to see what kind of sails he has, because if he has the sails I'm looking for, I'll go ahead and buy this from him. Nope. Yeah, see, these pirated stations, man, like, solar ships are extremely common at these places. It's the place to go if you're looking for a solar. This guy has the wings I want, and I'm very happy that it's a C-class because it's probably going to be pretty cheap. Yeah, 3 million. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and then immediately I'm going to go ahead and scrap this, and I'm going to take the sails off of it. All right, and there we go. So Let's see, what do I got here? Yeah, so I've got wings. And I have some sails. So I just need that cockpit. All right, everyone. So not really much luck here. Hold on, what's this? Yeah, it's not. Let's go. I'm going to go to a different pirate system. Let's go to the Hilbert dimension. All right, everyone. I haven't seen exactly what I want come in here, so I think what I'm going to do, I changed my ship because I want to make sure that I have. Yeah, I've got an economy scanner. I'm going to go ahead and look for a trade outpost in this system. Let's see. Oh, right there on that planet. Okay. And we will head there. We're here on this Paradise planet. Pretty cool. All glowy. Oh, the flyer stopped glowing now since I landed. All right, let me go ahead and get over here and see if we get some better luck, better options. There we are. Nope. Don't care for I don't care for that cockpit on that either. Kind of short, stubby nose. Yeah, I'll catch up with you in a moment. All right, I've been here for a bit, everyone. I am going to hit. Well, hold on. This place has been getting attacked now for a while. I kind of want to get in the mix, have a little fun here. All right, yeah. So I'm going to get in the mix, and then I'm going to go to a different pirate station. Is there any more? I don't think there's any more. No. Okay. Yes, I'm going to go up in the galaxy map and find another. Oh, I think there is another. All right. Here we go. Got Gamma Gear, something like that. All right, everybody. I see what I want right here. Hopefully it's C-class, so it's a little cheaper, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's the cockpit. It's got the ears, and it's got the pointy front. Yeah, I like it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this. And I'm going to leave my starship here, and I'm going to fly this thing to the space station. Or actually, I'm probably going to have to go to the galaxy map because I want to hit a normal space station. And this is, I believe this is a pirate system. All right, let's just, just go right here. I'll meet you at the space station. All right, let's see what we can make out of this thing. Yeah, I really like the cockpit on this. It's thin, it's sleek, pointy. All right. You know what? While I'm up here, I might as well grab a S-class reactor. Gonna need one of those. All right, and just curious what this guy's got. Cyclotron. You know what? Let me grab one. I'm a big fan of the cyclotron. I know a lot of people, or a lot of people I've watched, a lot of people don't seem to like that weapon. I love that weapon. Okay. So even if I can't put it in this ship, I can throw it in one of my Corvettes or one of my other many starships. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this cockpit out of here. All right. So I've got an orange and white solar, and I've got a green and white solar. I like white, just seems to bring out whatever color that you can throw at it. Now with solar ships, and even with a lot of different fighter ships, the metallic color doesn't work for me, except on the hot rod fighter ships like the one I was riding earlier. That works out really nice on those. But on these, I tend to like the matte color. So what's the name of this thing? Starwolf. Yeah, I like the Starwolf fuselage. And get these wings, and these wings are Talon wings. Okay. And Hex solar. Okay, so here is what we have. Yeah, I'm not. So the wings, when you look at it from this angle, not super huge fan of them, right? But when you look at this thing from top down, it's just, yeah, really nice. All right, I'm just trying to get an angle where I can get a good view of the color. So if we put this on metallic, yeah, I don't like what it does with the white. It turns the white like gray. Or maybe it turns it into a chrome or a silver or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not going to go with metallic. But I'm going to start with white. And okay. Nah. Yellow. I mean, yellow's not too bad with white, actually. Like I said, I already have green, but man, that does kind of look... That looks really sharp, actually. Okay. I'm also going to try a different combination where I make this white and then this green, but right now I'm just kind of testing the waters. Not too crazy about that. That looks nice. I definitely like that. Purple. Purple was kind of my thought or intention. I don't know. Kind of up in the air with that. Nah, I don't think I'm going to do pink. I do like the yellow, but the yellow against the white, it's kind of not enough. All right, so let me switch up here. So I'm going to make this white, and then I'll go with the colors. Again, you know, a light color against a light color. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think I like the blue as much or better. Do like the green. I think maybe the other combination looked a little better where the white was on the other part of it. Orange, I love orange. That looks good. Or that's actually supposed to be yellow, but yeah, that's amazing right there. But I already have a similar solar to that that's orange and white, so Red's not too bad. What is... I mean, I really love the green. However, like I said, I already have a green and white one. I mean, I guess it's really just coming down to this blue and this purple. Yeah, I gotta say, I like the blue. So I think I'm gonna go with the blue. Yeah. Okay, so up here, you're seeing the damage and all the stats going up and going down. What I want to do is have this damage real high and the maneuverability real high. Hyperdrive and shields, not too worried about those as much. So I'm going to wait. So the damage should start coming up here in a moment. Yeah. What's going to happen is maneuverability is going to start diminishing, and I'm going to try to catch them both at around 3/4%, because I don't need to have the highest damage possible. I do like a balanced ship when it comes to maneuverability and damage. Oops. Well, a little less maneuverable than I'd like, but we can definitely fix that. Okay, so, and unfortunately, I've got a lot of spaces to fill up here. Inventory space not too bad though, so. And let's go ahead and add this, and we will fly this thing out. And you can't see it. Yeah, from the top down, that's amazing looking, I think. Or I can just do it like that. Yeah, it's tough looking. But I'm going to install the technology I have at the moment. And then I'm going to make some stasis devices to sell, so that way I can purchase some inventory, and then I might grab 1 or 2, maybe 3 of the storage augmentations I have to round this thing out. So I will catch up with you on the freighter. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and run over to my storage building here. And I'm going to grab 3 of those augmentations. I think I have 11, maybe? Yeah. So I'm going to grab 3 of these. And, while I'm here, let me just go ahead and bang together a couple stasis devices. What I'd rather do is go ahead and purchase the storage up front. That way, because every time you add another slot to your storage, it just starts getting more expensive. So I'd rather pay for the cheap, get a cheaper cost up front, and then I'll start throwing in my. All right, so you know what? I'm going to go back to the space station and go ahead and open up a couple spots here. And I'm not really worried about making a little bit of extra on the stasis device. I'm just trying to get rid of it, sell it, and, get on with this. I can offload that shield in my, okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to focus on the left side, where usually the maneuverability stuff is first. All right, so looks like I can get 2. know what? I could probably... So we got one supercharged slot. I can probably sell... I have an activated indium base, so I might sell my activated indium and something else just to be able to get this third one real quick. Repair kits, I'll sell them. I don't really use them that much. I would like to use these. Well, they don't sell for nothing, so I'm not selling them. Sell this uranium. I have a uranium base. And I'm going to sell this activated indium. All right. Yeah, I think it's much better to pay in the beginning, pay up front, and then when the storage starts getting a little more expensive, then use your augmentations for that. Okay. Yep. So, and I'll probably go collect some gamma root, make some more stasis devices. But for now, start juggling these things around. So, I've got one supercharge slot, $6.99. So let's go with the sideways action here. Let's see what this has. I'm only focusing on the technology at the moment with maneuverability. 813, and that has 9 maneuverability. All right, and then I have a couple of these that are not going to, it's not going to overcharge like that. Fuel efficiency. The cool thing with solar ships is you really don't need a lot of launch thruster upgrades. I find that getting the auto charge launch thrusters, and then maybe one that just lowers your fuel cost. 2 launch thruster upgrades with this, generally you pretty much rarely have to fuel your launch thrusters with solar ships, which is definitely really cool. Okay. But I'm not too worried about launch thrusters at the moment. Is this launched? No. All right, and that gives me pulse drive power. Okay, that's enough for those. Wow, my shields are so weak. 98. All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna juggle these around a little bit, and I will check back in with you. Maneuverability 862. Let's see what it is when I get back. All right, everyone. So this, I don't feel like screwing with it no more, but this is what I got out of it so far. So that's not too bad. Sounds of maneuverability. I mean, of course, my hyperdrive is terrible. Shields are pretty bad. Damage can be definitely raised up, right? You know, as far as damage goes, minimally, if I can get 400, right? I mean, if I can get like 450, 460, I'm really happy with that kind of damage. Shields, I feel good with shields if they're at least 300. You know, hyperdrive range is nice to have, right? So you don't have to rely on like your freighter or whatever, but it's the least important in an individual starship for me. But maneuverability, I really like maneuverability like in the 12, 13, you know, the higher the better. Hold on, I do have the augmentations. Let me throw a couple more of these in here because I really don't have much space. And just one supercharged slot right now. It's pretty bad for an S-class, right? Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Got another supercharge and then put that there. All right, let's see what's up. So I've got 2 supercharged slots now. So that's going to basically, one of my weapons is going in there. Probably a cyclotron that tends to up my damage the most. but I will mess around. I do like putting infra knives in my supercharged slot because okay, 354, so that's pretty good right off the get. All right. 5 damage, 10 fire rate. Okay, so that's going to go in there. And I think I still have like maybe. Oh, I don't have any more infra knives. Okay. Wow. So, man, I wonder. Well, that's a supercharge. So maybe I can run 3 hyperdrives with this, and then I'll put 1 shield in here. Okay, hyperdrives, S-class. Unfortunately, 545, 526, 526. Yeah, makes a big difference. The only problem is you want big hyperdrive range, but I have to at least put the Atlantid hyperdrive in to be able to get to all the galaxies. I do believe with the highest level hyperdrive as far as accessing the different color galaxies, as long as you have the highest level one, I believe that you can access like all the others. So that doesn't 564. Okay, so it does a little bit. And then I'll put another S-class up in here. And we'll have to compare them. 903, hyperdrive range 220. Let's see. Geez, that's crazy. 1298. Hyperdrive 256. So this is coming out. And 959. I may just keep it like that, but I do want to see what. Oh, that's the Indian one. So I'll just transfer that over. What is the maneuverability is 8 compared to 6. So I'm going to take that out and put this right there. So yeah, I'm starting to like the maneuverability a little better. And rocket tubes for my cannon. So yeah, I can live with the damage for the time being. I do want to definitely try to take that up as much as I can. I can live with the maneuverability for the time being. I can actually live with the hyperdrive range for the time being. I do want to increase my shields, though, without a shadow of a doubt. So, all right, let me catch up with you in a moment here. Hey, so I got a couple minutes to try to squeeze out maybe a mission or two before I end this. What I'm going to do is check the Corvex, Gek, and Viking mission agents and see if they have anything interesting. You could probably guess I'm kind of looking for storage augmentations as rewards, and I'll also check the anomaly, the Nexus, so I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. The Corvex didn't have anything interesting for me. I'm at a Viking station now. And he doesn't seem to have anything I'm interested in either. This is actually the system where I started this character in. So I'm going to head to a Gek system and I'll meet you there. All right, let's check out what the Gek have for us. I don't need nothing that he's got either. All right, so I guess my last shot is going to be the Nexus, so I'll meet you up in the anomaly. Yeah, well, I don't see any missions that I'm interested in at the moment. I'll probably come back later off camera and do some Quicksilver stuff, but I think I'm going to hit a few of my bases and grab some Gamma Root. And I think that is my weak link right at the moment as far as making stasis devices. I do want to open up some storage. or some technology slots on my new ship. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll catch up with you in a moment. All right, everyone, I'm back. I'm just going to collect some resources. Collect some resources real quick. I think this is going to be the next base that I maybe alter. When I built this a while back, I did not really go out of my way to try to find a gas hotspot. But I'm sure if I roam around here, I could probably find something to add. I'd like to add another mineral or something like that. But I really don't need another mineral, honestly. Got this salt node right here. Every once in a while, I'll feed it some carbon, get a little bit of salt. Usually just turn the salt into chlorine and do the whole chlorine with oxygen and get a ridiculous amount of ratio. In my favorite. Damn. Come on. Alright, I think active Indian base, yeah. But unfortunately I don't think I have any gamma there.
Extreme night temperature detected.
Right? I could go here. This just has one tray of selenium. Don't really need that. I think what I'll do is just cook up a bunch of gamma root out of, I believe it's oxygen and uranium. All right, and I think I'm going to hit my freighter first. Yeah. Got a bunch of stuff should be grown. All right, I'll meet you all there. All right, looks like one of my frigates are done their mission, so I'm going to brief them. Maybe they have a storage module. Yeah, that's crazy. Two of them. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's real awesome. All right. So I might be able to get like a total of what, 5 more. Because I've got 2 storage augmentations I can use right now. And I'll probably make probably 2 stasis devices, and that should be enough to probably get me, yeah, 5 more spaces, which at that point, I'm good. Like when I say I'm good, I mean I don't feel the need to hurry up and like, oh, I got to get this done like kind of like now, because in that case I can get all my improvement upgrades in there, and I'll just carry my economy scanner and conflict scanner in the inventory, and whenever I feel like I'm looking for a pirate station or a trade post, I'll just move something out and put that in, or like aqua jets or something. All right, I'm heading to my uranium base, Kongi base. Um, okay. Yeah, let me grab some resources here. I always, I don't want to say forget, but it always slips my mind to actually make whatever plant that I'm low on, and usually it happens to be gamma root or gamma weed. Always slips my mind just to go ahead and throw some uranium and oxygen in. All right, cool. That should be good for now. Oh, you know what I can do? Crazy. Crazy to do this, right? But I don't have anything I need to make S-Class. I don't need nanites for anything. So I will just go between my 3 bases. And if you haven't seen any of my Runaway Molder nanite farm videos, it might blow your mind how many nanites I'm going to wind up getting from these guys. And I'm just going to sell them for units. You don't get a whole lot, but the thing is I'm not using up any resources, and it's incredibly quick. So all I got to do is I do have my mining focus multi-tool on me. Got my OptiDrill in the supercharged slot and all. And I believe that's the only mining thing I've got in a supercharged slot, right? Just my OptiDrill. 88% resources mined in that slot, plus 50 not in it. So I'm putting that in there to get 88. But once I down one of these anomalous tarts or chocolate cake, whichever one I get to first, okay? So once I down this thing, plus 54 resources mined, that's going to jack up my OptiDrill to 319% resources mined. So I don't have any empty spots. Okay, good. So let's see what we get here. These things used to be bright red. They changed just a day or two ago into that brown. So I'm going to immediately go from this runaway mold spot over to... Yeah, from that one to my quartz one, and then from my quartz one to my center of the galaxy one. Right there? Yeah, that's it. Oh, you know what? I forgot to open up my inventory to see how much runaway mold I got from that one little farm there. So I got, yeah, not too bad for. I mean, that's really good for one go around. So once I hit these guys, I'll be looking really good. All right, and now, yeah. So it's cool. And each one of these stacks, well, I guess it'll depend on the system, but each one's selling for 200,000, right? So really just need what, 5 stacks for 1,000,000 units. So that's not too bad because the short amount of time it takes to do it. I mean, you could make a lot of units in a really short amount of time with not even using any of your resources except one piece of food, because in 10 minutes, like you could just go ham on if you have really just one runaway mold farm. Just teleport back and forth from there to the space station. I'm just choosing to teleport to 3 different runaway mold farms. So I'm not going to use any of this for nanites at the moment. I'm just going to gather a bunch of this up for units so I can at least buy myself 2 spots and then add those 2 augmentations, and that'll be great. All right, let me see where I'm at. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right back. I'm going to go right back to the quartzite mold where we just came from. I'm going to hit them, then I'm going to go back to my uranium base, hit them, and then I'm going to go just sell them and then upgrade. All right, back to the quartz. All right, back at the quartzite base, and let me hit these guys again. All right. And then finally back home. All right. All right, and let's see what that leaves me with. Yeah, it leaves me with a lot. Not sure what I'll get for it though, but so I'm going to go ahead port right to the space. I got a galactic trade terminal in here, but I'm just going to go. Well, actually, let me see what is. Let me see what is the. Is there a markup or a markdown on it? So 331,000 runaway mold minus 80%. Yeah, I'm gonna try my luck at the space station. Then again, it's in the same system as this, so I'm probably. Let me just go to some random. Oh no, not a pirate one. But actually, it might be. Yeah, I'll go to Bishop Terminus. That's in the Hilbert galaxy as opposed to Euclid. All right, let's see what they want to give me here. Yeah, that's much better. 6 million compared to 1.3. So, well, I'm not going to be able to buy. Oh, I might. Nah, I'm still not going to be able to. Because I think, oh yeah, I am going to be able to buy one because I forgot about that stasis device. All right, let's see what I can get away with here. One. And then we'll use the augmentations. I don't think I had 17. No, I did. Oh, and it opened up a supercharge slot. And very cool. That's really cool because this is in a supercharge. So I might wind up. Yeah, that increases it. But then again, no, the infrared knife. Actually, sometimes I like putting these in supercharged slots because, jacking up all those stats. But I don't know. That's pretty effective too, but I think I'm going to add one of my S-Class upgrade. 6 fire rate, 5 damage. Oh. 10 fire rate, okay. 413. So I think I want. Well, I might still add one of these cyclotron modules, but I do want to get at least a shield in there. And right now, I'm going to compare these shields, and I'm just going to take the strongest one I can get. And yeah, that's all of that. Okay, so 30. Yeah, pretty much all the S-Class shields are pretty much 30. Let me see what this, where's that, right? Yeah. Oh, that's from the, I think the anomaly. And I will use that when I get the room because that doesn't overcharge nothing. 30. All right. Well, I mean, 277 is quite a stretch from where it was. So I will be right back with you.